Dr. Daliabi, professor, works with ETSU College of Medicine students as part of their, residency. And they approached me about wanting to do a project and wanting to work with one of our high schools. So I'll let them tell you about your project, and then we'll go from there if there's any questions. Gentlemen, can you introduce yourself?
My name is Bob Dowd. I'm a first-year medical student.
And thank you for having us. And my name is Justin, and I'm from Memphis, Tennessee, and he's from Nashville. We're medical students from ETSU. And so for we're having a community project that it's up to us what we want to do. And we had a meeting with all the leaders in the community who kind of gave us ideas on what Hawkins County, and more specifically Rogersville, needs. And upon this meeting, we come up with the idea of, a cardiovascular intervention for like freshman high school level at Cherokee High School, because the #1 cause of death in Hawkins County is cardiovascular related health. And so we thought we could make a difference and impact on the community to trying to educate and improve cardiovascular health. And one of our ideas is through an EKG screening. And my friend Wally here will tell you more about that.
So it's really hard to change people's behaviors once they're already adults. It's much more effective to reach out to the children, and so that's why we wanted to work with one of the high schools to do this. And so we have our aim is in two ways. The first part of the project would be to have a time where we go in during a wellness course and go in and speak to the students directly, present them with the different cardiovascular diseases in a more intimate, direct way. We're thinking of like having like actual atherosclerotic vessels that they can go up there and see directly what the actual effect of like high cholesterol diet would do on the heart and different pathologies that occur with the heart. The second part of it is that cardiovascular health is also very critical for athletes particularly. In the US, we don't do EKG screenings for athletes, but we wanted to see how effective would they be. There are other studies that show that EKGs can be quite effective at preventing and spotting asymptomatic pathology, so diseases that don't show any symptoms and don't appear till later on. And so we wanted to see if we can employ that, working with Dr. Daliabi. So on May 6th, they're going to have their annual physicals at Cherokee High School. So we've already spoken with the principal about this, and they do a whole cardiovascular screening, but it doesn't include EKGs. And so we're hoping to work with Dr. Daliabi to go in and do EKGs also on the athletes as part of that. And so in that way, we could also see how effective EKGs were and use some of those results to later on teach those wellness classes that we plan on doing. And we would do a pre-test and a post-test to see how much the children are retaining and how much they're getting from this and how much of an effect this intervention can have. And so we hope that this would be a good way of kind of trying to address this issue of cardiovascular health in Hawkins County. And it is really a problem.
Yes, sir. Thank you. We do have a summary of your project. The board has read that. Is there going to be expense for the EKG? Who provides that?
There will be no expense. We would be doing it. We have two other classmates in the group. So us four would be implementing the EKGs, and then we have Dr. Fight. He's a retired cardiothoracic surgeon. He's going to assist us in reading EKGs at no charge at all. So all this would be free to the school board. It is our community project, so this is our motivation and our doing.
Also, we are given a stipend of $500 to aid in whatever we do throughout this. And so as far as the EKG machines, we have those from the school. As far as the interpretation, the professor at the school will take care of that, cardiovascular surgeon. So, and we'd be the ones who would be actually conducting the actual examinations. And we have female students who would be doing that on the female athletes, and me and Justin would be the ones doing that on the male athletes.
Now, are you all first-year residents or?
We're first year medical students. Yeah.
Further questions?
Yes, abnormality were found through the EKG, what's y'all's protocol?
So our study is mainly non-diagnostic, but of course, if we do find something, we will have the name. We will notify
Dr.
the
Daliani.
student. Well, it'll all be through Dr. Daliani, so he will have access to it, and they'll be notified of any.
So currently the physician who's overseeing the physicals is Dr. Daliani, and he does them every year with the students there. And he's actually one of the teacher mentors for the rural track program, which we are working with. And so if there is an abnormality, although the data as far as like the percentage of abnormalities versus the amount of students, this is all completely blind and undiagnostic. If something is found, we would go and bring it up to Dr. Daliani. He would review the results, and then he would just take it upon himself as he normally would if he found any other finding during that physical exam.
But in short, this is very beneficial to our student body.
Absolutely.
So I make a motion to approve.
We have a motion and a second. Mr. Starks, do you have further questions of them that we should have asked that we haven't asked?
No, just as part of the motion, it was going to be on the agenda is that you would approve that Mr. Phillips and myself develop a MOU that is acceptable for both of us.
Yes.
So I'd like to amend your
So moved.
motion. Okay. Motion's been amended to include oversight by Mr. Phillips and Mr. Starnes, include a memorandum of understanding, any other language that would be necessary. We have a motion, we have a second, and any further questions or discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor, let me know by raised hand. All those opposed, like sign. Motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
We appreciate the opportunity.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you.